everyone, it's me and Aldous back with another video. Now this was a video that was actually supposed to be posted like 2 weeks ago, but I just ran into a lot of life shit and got busy, so this video is admittedly late. But it is a video I just personally wanted to make for myself, just to look back at the amazing years of games that was given to us in 2022, which will tie into another video I plan on making after this one of looking at the coolest, games that I'm looking forward to next, going on in this year. So this is it, the personal top 5 best games that came out in 2022. This is not all from like objective speakingly, this is just personal games that I really did enjoy, because I played a lot of games last year and we had a lot of good games to come out. But these are the personal 5 favorites of mine of last year. Let's begin. So coming in number 5 is a game that I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did, which is Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I never played the first one, and if anyone remembers from previous videos of mine on the channel, I basically admitted that I haven't played a Mario game in so long. And this was the first Mario game I had played since Super Mario Odyssey, or even before that. This was just my reintroduction to Mario, and it was a game that I just seemed to pique my interest, and I decided to give it a chance. Admittedly, the gameplay is not exactly my style, but even then, I enjoyed the game itself. I liked the story, I liked the characters, the graphics were amazing, the worlds that you get to travel on throughout the game is really cool. And even though the game style wasn't like usually what I play, it was still very fun. And it is like you can customize the characters you play, who they're paired up with, what you leveled up. It is surprisingly a little more customizable than you would think, and just a very good way for me to get reintroduced to back to the Mario franchise. I'm really excited for the Mario games coming out and the Mario movie, which is why I decided to play this game. And it did not disappoint me at all. It was a very fun experience for me after being away from Mario for so long, and I personally would recommend Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and I do plan on going back to the first one and play that one now, because I never did, because it looked weird to me at the time. But after playing the second one, now there's some promise to it. Coming in at number 4 is another game that did take me and probably the world by surprise, Stray. When I first heard Stray, I thought it was a cat simulator game. Honestly, I did not actually know this game had much more depth and lore and storytelling, and even just the game itself. And I didn't play this game until late last year, and holy shit did I quickly come to realize what made everyone love this game. The way they tell the story and the way you walk around this dead, gloomy world is amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. It puts you into this ominous, dull, dark, depressing feel in this underworld where these robots live, clearly one says the minds of us humans, trying to figure out exactly what happened. The mechanics of the cat itself you play is also very done well, because it really puts you in perspective what cats can actually do and the limits they have. And even the small little tiny details they allow you to do, drinking from puddles, sleeping at random areas, jumping on random items or tables, countertops, which will leads you to nowhere, but you just can do it. Stopping the claw on furniture and the floor, just things that a cat will actually do. And what they allow you, how far they allow you to jump as a cat can do, is also really free and rewarding. And the puzzles are actually placed very well. It is a short experience, but a short experience that I think everyone should try once, because it's a very good experience, especially with its storytelling. I was so invested into the story that I just had to keep playing just to see how it all ended. So while I am still kind of shocked that the game got nominated for Game of the Year, it totally deserved that, and it totally did deserve the love that it got in such a short time when it came out, because with the steep competition it had, I am so glad that this indie game got the respect it deserved, because it is it's a very great game on how to tell storytelling, especially through a protagonist you play as that doesn't talk. Coming in at number 3, it is a game that I was never surprised that I was going to love, because there is not a single game from this franchise that I haven't loved yet, which is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Bought this game days after it came out, played it, loved it. Every bit of the gameplay is easy, but it's so much fun. It's beautiful, the story is amazing, and just all the new upgrades and power-ups that you get as Kirby just fun. That's the word to describe Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's very beautiful to look at, and I just knew that I was gonna love this game. No shocker at all. I've always enjoyed Kirby games. I grew up on them. Kirby is definitely probably one of my brother's favorite franchises to play. I got my copy, played it, gave it to him, and I haven't seen it since, and that was last summer. So, yeah, still waiting to get the copy back. It's a very fun game. If you love Kirby, if you love just a simple, easy experience without overly complicated gameplay or lore, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands is just for you. This is pretty much the only game on the list that I had no doubt about being great. Yeah, I don't think there's like any game of Kirby that I've not enjoyed yet. So coming in at number 2, the Sonic Frontiers. This actually might shock a lot of people because of how big it is on my channel and the fact that it's not the number 1 spot. But number 2 of my favorite game of 2022 goes to Sonic Frontiers, the game of redemption that the Sonic fandom wanted, but didn't know we were going to get. Sonic Frontiers is the game about redemption and does amazingly well at getting that redemption, admitting past flaws, but also giving hints of a brighter future. And what we get currently, it's very satisfying. It has a really interesting story that knows how to pull you in with an amazing world with so much to do. It is a very customizable experience where you can play the game in many different ways and has characters that you will fall in love with again and have fun with the amazing boss fight battles with its top-tiering soundtrack. And introducing a new villain that you will also find to like as well. Sonic Frontiers is definitely the game I personally fall in love with because it brought the fandom back together and just what it did to Sonic as a whole. It is definitely a game that strives to be better and so far seems to be getting better. And so this was a game that I didn't even know if I was going to excited for it, but I didn't know if the game was actually going to be good. So Sonic Frontiers, obviously second place. It was my most anticipated game last year, and I am so happy that the game was a game that I could be satisfied with and just generally be loved because I've been playing Sonic Frontiers a lot. So I guess that begs the question, what is the number 1 game? Because I'm pretty sure everyone assumed it was going to be Sonic Frontiers if you've been on this channel long enough. And if you look on the content I made, of course, it would be obvious that Sonic Frontiers would be my number 1. But there is one that really did deserve this spot. And it's interesting because this is a game that I never played on my channel. It is a game that I did not talk a lot until like the Game Show Awards. It's a game that I've never really done anything with, or to even really talked about at all throughout my channel. Though I do plan on doing a live stream eventually. It's just a game that has not shed any light at all. But it is a game that I've played more recently in the last few months and have nothing but praises. While Sonic Frontiers is a game where I love, but it does have a lot of flaws with it, my number 1 is a game with no flaws. It is a masterpiece, iconic, and it is one of the best games I have played in so long. And that game is definitely Game of the Year. And I mean that literally, because it is Game of the Year, Elden Ring. Elden Ring, there is not enough that could be said with how amazing Elden Ring was. A game that I never played the Dark Souls series ever before Elden Ring. Never really even heard of Elden Ring. Was not hyped up at all. Just a game that I saw that came out. A lot of people played it. My brother bought it and played it, and then I decided to give it a shot, and holy fuck am I glad. This game is by far one of the most customizable, beautiful, open world combat fighting action RPG game I've ever played, with no exaggeration. The open world is amazing. All of the bosses are amazing. The world is beautiful. How you will fight and how you approach the game, it is literally the definition of choose your own adventure. Everything this game does, it's up to you. How you fight, how easy and how hard this game will be, it literally is all up to you. Want to do spells and summons? Perfect. Sorcerer wizardry right here. You want to be melee, bow and arrow, hand-to-hand combat? Perfect. Swordsman, Blood damage, perfect. And it's also just the how you customize your character yourself is pretty much all up to you, because the customizable is pretty free and you can do so much with it. There literally is a Sonic the Hedgehog built for Elden Ring, and I'm currently playing as Spike's O&O character from My Little Pony, Garbuckle, and also Infinite too, because why not? I can. And even how much you learn about the lore in the story is also completely up to you. It is just an experience made for you to make for yourself. And it is just really fun to play, especially multiplayer. So Elden Ring is clearly going to be, it's number one of my favorite game that came out in 2022. Interestingly enough, Sonic Frontiers was originally going to be my number one, but as I thought about the list, Elden Ring came to mind. And when I additionally was going to place it number two, and I thought about like everything to say about Elden Ring, it was just like, no, I love you, Sonic Frontiers, but Elden Ring, with good conscience, I could not have Elden Ring be beaten by Sonic Frontiers, because Elden Ring, it is just a masterpiece of a game. And I'm not even saying this as like a really big Dark Soul Elden Ring lover. I just generally went into this game not knowing what to expect and just given everything I could ever want in a game. It is just so beautiful, so amazing, just like not enough words can describe the iconic masterpiece that Elden Ring is. And if the developers are true to their word and they're going to make stuff better than Elden Ring, holy fuck are we in for a ride, and I'm all for it. And there you have it, my personal top 5 favorite games of 2022. Did some of them surprise you? Do you think I'm wrong about some of them? What were some of your favorite, top 5 games that came out? And what are you looking for this year? Because, we have a lot of games coming out, and it seems like this year might be even better than last year with our gaming. And with that being said, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos as often as I can. And this was just a fun little quick video I just wanted to make, just to look back on such an amazing year we had last year with gaming, and just to reflect and get ready for this year. And as always, till next time, bye-bye!